Let's continue with our top story, the funeral of Jade Goody today. Let's return to the funeral directors in Bermondsey in South London, where Matt Smith is there for us. Matt.
Well, in about 40 minutes, the cortege will leave here from Albin's funeral directors in Rotherhithe, nearby to Bermondsey, before it starts its tour. The first part of this funeral procession, the cortege will visit Bermondsey, our old childhood home, before going up to the service in Essex. The vintage Rolls-Royce hearse is just being prepared, and also some of the floral tributes have started arriving here already to be put on the funeral cortege. Some traditional ones, some slightly unusual ones as well. And I can talk now to the florist who's put these together, Nancy Arif. Nancy, you knew Jade as a sort of childhood friend, didn't you?
Yeah.
How difficult a job was this then doing this?
It was very difficult, actually, really emotional, but obviously I'm glad that I can make him so beautiful and do Jade proud.
What did Bermondsey mean to Jade?
It meant a lot to Jade. You know, growing up in Bermondsey was a big part of her life, so it meant really a lot to her. So it's good that local florists are doing a lot of her floral tributes.
What do you think about some of the comments that this funeral's kind of being overplayed? It's been, you know, touring the streets and that sort of thing.
No, I think it's ridiculous. I think she deserves an excellent send-off. She was a lovely girl, and, you know, I think she deserves it.
And what about, you've got a Marmite. Let's talk about some of the floral tributes.
I didn't make that, so that's not me.
Oh, OK. But, I mean, that was to represent she was someone who...
you either loved her or you hated her. That's right. That was her exact way of thinking. So it just spells Jade. It really does.
Well, let's talk about some of the others, because obviously some traditional stuff here, but also there's this camera as well, which, I mean, obviously is to represent her sort of life in front of the lens in the last 7 years. How difficult was that to do?
Very difficult, actually, but we got there in the end. That was the most difficult.
As I say, there's some more traditional things here, and this is quite an unusual array, a floral array, isn't it? Because there's some of the stuff that she mentioned in Big Brother, East Anglia, is made up in flowers there.
That just represents Jade all over, you know, and I've had so many people coming in the shop saying, you've spelt that incorrectly, and I'm like, no, I haven't. It's supposed to be like that, but it's a joke.
In your time doing these, for these kind of solemn occasions, have you ever done any floral tributes of this nature?
Nothing quite as many big names as this one. You know, like I said, we get a few big names and then a lot of little things, but this is all big stuff, so it was more difficult, yeah.
OK, well, thank you for talking to us, Nancy.
Welcome.
Just before we go, just to point out a couple of at the front there.
Yeah.
Wreath there from Simon Cowell with a message that reads, Jade, you made your mark all over the world. And another from Max Clifford saying that you're a star down here and you'll be a star up there.
Yeah, spot on. Definitely spot on.
Something you'd agree with?
Definitely, 100%.
Well, as I say, in about 40 minutes' time, the funeral cortege will leave here to start its procession around the streets of Bermondsey before going up to this the service in Essex, which will start at midday. But for the moment, back to you.
Matt, thank you.